Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Rockin' Reaction Rollers, where we react to music that we grew up with from the 60s to the 90s, and my name is Tammy. Sorry I'm late tonight, but my youngest son stopped in on his way back from the city, seeing one of his friends, and so he didn't get out of here until late, and he's my baby, and he's the one that just moved out a couple months ago, so I worry to death about my kids. So anyway, I'm getting on late because of that. So because of that, we're only going to put one video. We're going to put two videos out tonight. One's going to be a music video, and the second one will be the fun and serious facts of 1984. So the song that we're going to do is going to be the #1 song of 1984. We're not going to do the #2 song this time. We're just going to do #1. So we're just going to get right to it. The #1 song of 1984 was "I Want to Know What Love Is" by Foreigner. So we're just going to get right to the song.
Take a little time to think things over. I better read between the lines in case I need it when I'm older. This mountain I must climb feels like the world upon my shoulder. Through the clouds I see love shine. It keeps me warm as life grows colder. In my life there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can take a little time to look around me. I've got nowhere left to hide. It looks like love has finally found me. In my life, there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can
stop this song for just a minute. 1984, I was trying to remember how old, or think about how old I would have been in 1984. I think I would have been 21. Yeah. And I was right at that age where, you know, this love, mushy stuff I wasn't really into too much because, you know, I was partying and having a good time with my friends, and, you know, I was seeing guys and doing this and that, but never at a serious point, and didn't want to be. So I didn't really relate to this song when it came out so much. It also, I love Foreigner. It's one of my favorite bands, but I liked their more rock and roll tunes than I did their slow songs. But, you know, this song has always been, I love the lyrics to it, and it's a nice song if you're feeding a heartbreak, you know, if you want to, you know, feed into that. It's a good song to listen to, I guess. But it is a great song, and it's one of Foreigner's ballads, and we're just going to get right back to it because it was the #1 song of 1984. And again, it is I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner. Oh, great song. It's a great love song and kind of a great breakup song in a way, because Foreigner guitarist Mick Jones wrote this song. And he said in an interview that this song started out on a more personal level, that he was tired of the heartbreaks and, looking back at relationships that had failed and the things that he had done wrong or things that he was up against in the relationships, and bound and determined he was going to do, something different. He wanted to know what love was really like. And so the relationship that sparked this song was with his then future wife, Ann Dexter Jones. Now, Mick Jones and Lou Gramm, which Lou Gramm sings in Foreigner, wrote a lot of Foreigner songs, and this one Lou Gramm was not too happy about. He was afraid they would end up in adult contemporary charts and stay there. And he was afraid it was taking them away from their rock and roll image. And I think quite a few bands went through things like that. Aerosmith too, they played some ballads, but the Cars. But I believe that it works for them. Every one of them, once we knew who they were, you loved everything about them, whether it was a slow song, a fast song, or what it was. So really, they didn't have anything to worry about with this song. And of course, it ended up the #1 song of 1984. So can't get any better than that. But anyway, let's see what else it has to say on it. It says, but this song took on a life of its own. It became more of a universal feeling. He ended up putting a gospel choir on the recording. Mick realized that he had almost wrote a spiritual song, almost a gospel song. And that choir that sang was called the New Jersey Mass Choir, who recorded their own version of this song, and it became the number 101 song of 1984. 101th? Once? I don't know how you say it. So 101 they just missed the Billboard Hot 100, let's put it that way, by one hit, or 1 point, or whatever. Okay, so before we move on, or before we I think that's really all we had to say about Foreigner. I mean, there's so much information out there about the band, so I just get bits and pieces, and I can't, take up the whole time, talking about it. So I just try to just put in little things that interest me into the commentation that I put out here. But before we go from this video, I want to name the top 10 songs of 1984. Number 1 was I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner. Number 2 is Jump by Van Halen. Number 3 is Philip Bailey featuring Phil Collins with the song Easy Lover. Number 4 is Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen. Number 5 was Tears for Fears by Shout. Number 6 was The Boys of Summer by Don Henley. Number 7 was Run to You by Bryan Adams. Number 8 was Middle of the Road by The Pretenders. Number 9 was Can't Fight This Feeling by REO Speedwagon. And number 10 was Against All Odds, Take a Look at Me Now by Phil Collins. So there's your top 10. And I hate to say this because I don't like to cut down music. I think the music's great, the music we grew up with and all that, but I really didn't want to play the number 2 song tonight. I could go the rest of my life without hearing the song Jump by Van Halen. I like the song, there's nothing wrong with the song, but I've heard it so much in my life that it's one of those songs I just can't listen to. When it comes on the radio, I have to change the channel because back in the day, it was one around here they played all the time. I mean, you could hear it twice an hour. That sometimes, with stuff, it is just horrible. But anyway, we're not going to be doing the number 2 song of the year anyway, so I won't be playing it anyway because we're on so late. I'm just going to finish this video, and then the next video will be the fun and serious facts of 1984. So if you're still awake, you can tune in for that, or you can watch that in the morning. Again, I apologize for being so late, but your kids' family have to come first with stuff like this. So I didn't want to run him off by going, I got to go in and do my channel now. I only get to see him maybe once a weekend, and sometimes not that anymore because he's doing his own thing. So anyway, I'm going to hush up now. And so if you like the channel, be sure to subscribe. It's easy and it's free. And if you hit that post notification bell, you won't miss a video. But if you hit like underneath the video, that pushes the videos out into the algorithm. So I appreciate all the likes out there. Even if you don't like it, hit like. We'll just pretend. Anyway, no. If you're here, I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing or listening to the music. That's why we're here. And so then once you subscribe, you can join our little rock and roll family. And it's not going to be long. I'm going to put a request video out there. And you have to be a subscriber in order to be able to request a song. So another reason for you to subscribe if you want to get your song in there. So be sure to tell those people that you love them each and every day. Come back in a few minutes if you're still awake, or peace out.